everything is correct. When I click on the start simulation here, it goes ahead and yeah, everything seems to be fine. But when I go to the serial monitor, here's a serial monitor where I would be getting an outputs. I'm not getting any outputs. The reason is there is one more thing called serial.begin. I need to start the serial communication here. Thus, I need to tell the Arduino that please start the serial communication. Let me tell you more about this. So this is the very first concept we have in respect to uh, programming, sorry, respect to communication. What happens is now this Arduino is connected to the computer, right? Virtually. Now this will do something and I want this Arduino to give me back data, like what it is doing. I need some information back from it. So how do we do it? It does it via the serial communication. Now, what is serial communication? Which is connected serially. So when if this gets connected to this, it means that it is connected serially, right? So I use serial communication. So when I want to use a serial communication, I need to define that in the setup that I want to start the serial communication, because by default, it never does it. So I need to go ahead and tell that I want to start the serial communication. So I need to mention that things explicitly out there. So I'll go ahead and mention explicitly that serial communication is needed to be started. And that's why I want to go and write down serial.begin. So how do I write? Serial.begin. Okay, serial.begin. And I also need to tell it like at what speed do I want to begin. So for example, if I go ahead and speak to you now, I'm speaking to you with some pace, right? If I speak to you very fast, you will not be able to take it up. If I speak very slow, then you would feel like I'm speaking very slow. The reason why? Because might be the capacity at which you understand, the capacity that you listen is not matching. So similarly, the capacity, the speed at which this gives the data should be known by the computer so that it is able to listen to it. For example, Arduino is a small 8-bit microcontroller, right? And computers are very fast. So if the speed at which this Arduino sends the data to the computer might be very slow. So computer should know like at what speed should I listen to you, right? So that is what we mentioned here. That is baud rate. It is also known as a baud rate, which means that what is the how many number of bits are transferred per second. So by default, we give 9600 bits per second. That is baud rate. Okay. So this is a serial communication. So without this, we would not be able to go ahead and use serial communication. So we need to mention explicitly that in the setup that I want to start the serial communication, and then you would be able to start the serial communication. And I'm writing down in the setup because the setup function is the first function which will run at the first, right? As soon as the Arduino starts. So it will start the communication. All right, let me click on start simulation here, and you should be able to see this. Can you see this? Welcome here, everyone, IoT Masterclass. You get it, right? Which means that the variable what we have created is working perfectly fine. And it is printing continuously from there, right? I've not given any delay here, and that's the reason I'm getting back a message from Arduino that it is this. So I'll stop the simulation and let me give some delay here. So delay, and I'll just make delays, and I'll make 1 second or 500 milliseconds delay. Okay, 500 milliseconds delay. I'll make it, and I'll start the simulation here. And now every 500 milliseconds, this should give me one message. You see this every 500 milliseconds, or you can say every 500, sorry, half a second, it is giving me a message out here. You can just see this, it's giving me a continuous messages out here. So I'm getting the message data coming from this Arduino to my computer. And how is it coming? Via the serial communication. And that is why I have started the serial.begin here. So now that we are very much clear with what is serial communication and why do we require it, and it is always preferred that you use a serial communication and write a log in your serial monitor so that you are able to know like whether it is running or not, whether it is doing something or not. Okay, it's very, very important. I really suggest you all that you always add a serial.begin in your programs and then go ahead and log the things what is happening after every function. Do that. Okay, this is the function running now, this is the function running now, and so on.